London. We're looking down at the Victoria Memorial in the front of Buckingham Palace on this brilliant late summer, early autumn day with the trees still in full leaf. Down at the Victoria Memorial, and it's round there that the cortege will come past Buckingham Palace, where 16 years ago the princess stood on the balcony and acknowledged the cheers of a huge crowd at her wedding to the Prince of Wales. Today she'll be carried on the gun carriage, pulled by the 6 horses of the King's Troop of the Royal Horse Artillery. She'll come through St. James's Park along the edge to Horse Guards. It's 9 o'clock, and in 8 minutes' time, the funeral procession will begin from Kensington Palace, bearing the body of Diana, Princess of Wales, on the start of its journey to Westminster Abbey. Sally Magnuson is at Kensington Palace.
And people here are still pouring into the road in front of Kensington Palace here, hoping to get a glimpse of the gun carriage as it begins its journey, the journey that will take it to the Abbey. The mood here, it's not really somber, it's quiet, it's reflective. You're struck by really the silence. Despite the number of people here, the thousands of people on the streets, people are talking quietly. There's a sense of camaraderie though, people happy to talk to each other, to strangers, about their stories, their thoughts, their feelings. And there's now a palpable sense of anticipation. People know that we're only a few moments away from the moment when the gun carriage will emerge. Some of them have been waiting here for many, many hours. They've been walking around the gardens where there's that vast ocean of flowers that has so amazed people who have come to see it here, people who didn't expect in many cases to be as overcome as they have been, seeing the tributes, the flowers, the candles. Each tree in the garden there has become a shrine. People becoming quietly more excited as the minutes tick away.
And now let's go down to the Mall. Krishna Gurumurthy is there.
The crowd here has markedly swelled in the last hour. A police spokesman just told me they believe they've now topped the 1 million figure along the route in London itself. The mood here, I think, has changed rather in that time as well. What I described earlier as quiet and reflective has become rather more serious, and I think there is an increasing sense of anticipation that this week of mourning is going to become altogether more real when people do see that funeral procession and the cortege, and in particular, of course, the gun carriage go past. People are still silent and sad.
It's only a few minutes now until here at Kensington Palace we shall see the start of the funeral cortege. The coffin of the princess draped in the royal standard with flowers from members of the family, drawn by 6 horses, come down this road. Just the horses of the King's Troop and the bearers who will carry the coffin when it reaches Westminster Abbey. Very silent now. outside Westminster Abbey, the first members of the congregation, all of them invited guests, are arriving at the entrance to the Abbey. The doors of the Abbey won't open until 9:30. But at 9:05, the first early arrivals, many of the congregation of 2,000 or so, people who worked for charities, people who were friends of the family, many visitors from the United States, where the princess had many friends. And this whole crowd, over 1 million strong, waiting for the moment which can now only be a few seconds away, when the princess's body is seen for the first time at the start of this funeral procession.